Switch to the greatest sports performance shoe in the world.
Let me set the situation for you. You're 25, just graduated from college with a degree in design, and you're working your first job. The boss gives an assignment. Make a shoe for a film that's based on the future. You have no references, no other future shoes for inspiration, and the director only gives you one thing to work off of. It must come on and off easily. Now when I say futuristic shoe, people go straight to these. But there was a shoe before that one.
We hope this video postcard brings back to you wonderful memories of your visit to Boston, or entices you to come for the first time. Until then, all the best from Boston.
Before the Nikes and Under Armours became a dominant force in the sneaker industry, Reebok was the brand to wear in the mid to late 80s.
Basketball was pretty hot back then, and particularly for Reebok, we were probably at that point in time the biggest shoe company in the world. We're bigger than everybody.
With running, basketball, and the massive aerobics trend sweeping the nation, Reebok was able to see on millions of feet across the US. Because of this led to bigger and better things, including a deal with 20th Century Fox to produce a shoe for a movie. That film. That film was Aliens, a sequel to Ridley Scott's first sci-fi spectacular to be directed by notable filmmaker James Cameron. James Cameron required only one thing from whoever was going to create this shoe. The shoe must be easy to take off, because of this scene. So, Reebok has the creative brief. Make something that's going to be easy to take off. Now who should design it? That's where this man comes in. Tuan Lee. Tuan was a recent graduate of design school when he received this opportunity, his first official design job at Reebok. He barely had any experience designing shoes for clients. The experienced designers were all working on things that were trending at the time. They sent Tuan and his little amount of experience on the first flight to London where the film was being produced. So how should a recent designer who has complete control create a shoe based on the future? Influences. A lot of Tuan's influences for the shoe came from his father's military background. In an interview from its recent release, he quotes, "My dad was a military helicopter pilot. I grew up around airplanes most of my life. All through my career, even today, there are a lot of little cues from airplanes that I borrow in shoe design." Before he was given the assignment, Tuan was working with Reebok's basketball division, which came in handy because down the road, to save costs on time, Reebok required him to use a previous sole mold from a shoe. That's why the shoe looks similar to a basketball shoe. At the end, the BB 5600 mold was eventually used to create the Alien Stomper. Ultimately, the shoe was shown on ads, trailers, and the film itself. But in the next few years, another film based on the future was released, showing one of the most well-known futuristic shoes created by Nike. The Nike Air Mag overshadowed the impact of the Alien Stomper. In the end, though, Reebok seemed to predict the future a lot better than the Mag. Think about it. How many people are wearing basketball shoes as a lifestyle choice, compared to how many people are wearing light-up shoes? Companies are trying to do self-lacing, but the price points are so ridiculous that it just doesn't seem worth it. How much has there been a push for female protagonists in films in this era? And think about this. In the film, the main protagonist escapes because of the shoe. But what if she was wearing that Nike mag?
Power laces, all right.